Finance Tax Lady Jackson here to talk to you about personal credit today. Have you ever wondered how they arrive at those three-digit numbers called a FICO score? FICO score is based on 5 categories, and those 5 categories determine what your score would be. Now, you might not always think that you're using credit, but whether you use credit or not, your life is based on those 3 numbers. Whether you renting an apartment, they're going to run a credit check. Whether you getting a new job, it's a possibility that they're running a credit check. Whether you're buying an auto or a mortgage, they running a credit check. And did you know that they're running a credit check when you get car insurance? Thought it was based just on your driving record, huh? Not so. They run a credit check. So these 3 numbers, known as a FICO score, is a very important number. So that's what we're going to talk about today, and what you can do to actually start increasing your credit score. Find out what your credit score is, look at your credit reports, find out what 5 categories that's affecting that credit score. We're going to talk about that today. Okay, let's get started with the 5 categories. Okay, 5 categories based on payment history. Category number 1, payment history. That's just how well you pay your credit bills. Okay, how well and did you pay it on time? That's very important. Make sure you pay your bills on time, because that's 35% of your credit score. Okay, category number 2, if you have revolving credit or credit cards or installment credit, okay, this amount is based on the amount of credit that you have used. Let's say if you have $5,000 of total credit line over the span of your credit cards, you use 50% of that, 2,500. That means your utilization is 50%. You never want to have your utilization to be 50% of your total credit line. Let's make the number small. If you have a $1,000 credit card, the premium total that you really want your total credit to be used is 10%. So if you have a $1,000 credit card, you do not want that credit card to report more than you're using $100 of it. Okay, so that's just 10% of the 1,000. Now you can get away with just using 30%, and it would still look okay on your credit report, but your premium amount is 10%. So strive to have all your credit cards usage below 10%. Okay, now the next category is the length of credit, length of time you had credit. Okay, so let's say if you had a credit card 4 years ago, and your time on your credit card is 4 years. So the length of credit is a long time. So that would be considered as a good credit length of time having credit. Okay, so you will want to make sure that you don't close credit cards. Okay, that is a good reason not to close a credit card, because you might have the length of credit might be a back date of when you first got credit. So you always want to keep that credit card open, so your length of credit will have a high score, because that's 15% of your credit score. All right, the next category is mix of credit. Okay, mix of credit means the type of credit that you have on your credit report. The different mixes are mortgage, auto, installment credit, revolving credit, which is credit cards, installment credits. It could be a loan, okay, and then your mortgage and your auto, okay. So you have a good mix of credit. They're looking for you to have a good mix of credit because that's 10% of your overall score. And the last category is inquiries. Now, you do not want to have a lot of inquiries. The normal time for inquiries to drop off from your credit report is 2 years from the time that the company actually made the inquiry, okay? So you want to make sure you do not have more than maybe 2 or 3 inquiries within the last 6 to 12 months, okay? Now, it's a possibility you might have to have an inquiry in order to get a larger credit line to help your credit score. Now, that is a credit hack, and we're going to be talking about that too. Okay, so that's a total amount of 100% to cover the categories that makes up your FICO score. FICO score can run from 300 to 850, okay? And as you know, below 600, that is a poor score. You want to always get and strive to have your credit score at least a 740. You're into the category of getting excellent credit when you have at least a 740. So always strive to get your score to 740 and above. Okay, let's get to actually starting to find out what your credit is. In order to work on it, you need to look at it. So here's a free way you can go and get a credit report. Go to annualcreditreport.com. annualcreditreport.com. Answer the security questions and actually pull all 3 credit reports from all 3 bureaus: TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. You can actually make sure that you pull down all 3 of those reports, print them or download them where you can have access and actually view what's on your report. The next thing I want you to do is go to creditkarma.com. Download that app to your phone and actually research that app and actually look in depth into that app. It's going to give you a credit score. Now, it might be a little bit off from your actual score, but it's close enough. That's what I actually used when I repaired my own credit to find out and actually learn about credit. Within Credit Karma, you want to look at your credit score, but then they have what they call a stimulator. Go in there, play around with the stimulator. It's going to show you a score that you can receive if you do certain things, okay? Credit Karma is free. So go to Credit Karma and actually download that, and then you are able to look at your credit score. And don't forget to go to annualcreditreport.com and download your free report. Due to the pandemic and identity theft on a rise, Annual Credit Report is letting you pull your credit report weekly until April 2021. Okay? All right. Now, if this video has been a help to you, I will be dropping some more detailed video on how to repair your credit yourself for free. And if you're interested, make sure you subscribe to my video and like it and click the bell so you'll be notified when I upload the next video.